Unlimited power! What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to be unboxing something almost as old as I am. This is the Star Wars limited edition collector set for the special edition. This box set from 1997 was released a year after I was born. This box set is directly to blame for the reason I love Star Wars so much. In 1997, when this was released, it was a year after I was born. Whenever I would go over to my grandmother's house, this is what I would look through while I watched the original trilogy films. I have not opened this up in like 10 years. All of the VHS tapes on the inside still have their original plastic. I'm very excited to go through this with you guys. There are some pieces that are directly exclusive to just this box set. Without further ado, let's open her up.
It was foretold that you would be here.
Okay, so right off the bat, we have two items at the top of the box. Number one right here is a sealed making of the original trilogy special edition VHS, sealed in the plastic. This thing is awesome. If you've never watched this, please do yourself a favor and go watch it. I know for a fact when I was growing up, I watched the behind the scenes of Star Wars more than I actually watched the movies. It was so cool to see all the behind the scenes, how they made everything, the props, the sets, the special effects, especially in the special edition, to see all the CGI that was added afterwards. Very cool to watch. Now, one of the other awesome pieces about this box is this right here. This plaque is solid metal. Obviously, it says special edition, the Star Wars trilogy. You can see on the back, it says limited edition, and on it actually gives you the number of this is. This is right around 24,000, 40,000, so you know which box you actually have. It's very cool. I'd say this thing probably weighs like a pound and a half, 2 pounds. It is extremely heavy. This is an awesome thing. I remember taking this out of the box all the time and just looking at it and holding it in my hand while watching the movies. Okay, so after taking off that top layer, inside the box, you've got this booklet. It's the art of the Star Wars Special Edition trilogy. Some of the things this highlights are the new Mos Eisley scene with Jabba the Hutt, new creatures, definitely a whole lot of concept art. You can see on the inside, there's a whole bunch of concept art. Each section is split up into each film. So there's a full section on A New Hope, there's a full section on Empire, and there's a full section on Return of the Jedi. The next thing that we have is right here. So in this envelope, there's a few things. We have 3 posters to start off with. Starting off with A New Hope. This comes on really nice cardstock. Obviously, we've got Empire. We've also got Return of the Jedi, which is my personal favorite film. I always thought it was interesting that on the poster art, it was actually Luke's battle with Darth Vader from Empire on the poster. Never actually looked up why that is. Maybe you can tell me down in the comments, but I always thought that was interesting, especially because he's got his blue lightsaber, and we all know in Return of the Jedi, he's got his green lightsaber. Now, there's one more thing in this envelope that I'm going to save till the end to show you guys, because it's probably the coolest piece of this whole entire box set. We've got the 3 films themselves right here in widescreen. You can take a look right there. Each of those, the VHS tapes of the special edition, obviously A New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi. Okay, so as a kid, I didn't actually watch the VHS tapes that were in these boxes. You might remember this box set if you're as old as I am from the VHS days. I actually had a few copies of these VHS tapes because I would watch them so much, especially the making of Star Wars. I actually watched these tapes so much that I burned through a couple copies. Okay, so last but not least, I told you guys that in this envelope is probably the coolest piece from the box set. It's definitely my favorite part of this. It's an actual 35mm film reel strip from the newly enhanced footage. So this strip itself is from A New Hope. It's while they're at Mos Eisley's cantina. You can see when you hold it up to the light that all of the frames have Chewbacca in them. I would hold this up to the light and just look at that, knowing that that was the actual film strip. It's very cool to own this. So right now, I don't know how much this is actually going for on eBay or any resellers. However, I definitely won't be selling this. This has such a nostalgic and big place in my Star Wars fandom and in my childhood that this is a piece that I will be passing down to my kids, and maybe one day they'll be passing down to their kids. Obviously, they will need a VHS player to watch these tapes. Knowing me, I probably won't let them watch these either, and I'll give them the other ones that I have. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is such a cool piece of history for me personally and for Star Wars itself. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you aren't already. You can become a channel member down below by clicking the link in the description. And as always, until we meet again, may the Force be with you always.